It's my catch them say between the NDC and the MPP, no, the gap is wide. Nobody in Ghana, in the NDC and in the MPP, or what reason will be to lead Ghana today, especially where they have run this country to. I'm telling you, John Mahama has always been the savior of Ghana when it comes to rescuing us. When it came to infrastructure rescue, from Atta Mills to John Mahama took the baton from Atta Mills and he lifted the space or the pace. Atta Mills started a good job. Tema Harbour, who Atta Mills started or commanded the initiative. John Mahama took the baton from Atta Mills, may he so rest in peace, and he made sure, said the vision, he continued it, and he proved to his predecessor, may God rest, keep his soul, that he can do it. And that is what we need. Every time we are a country as Ghana, what deficiencies, there was some places, health sector, John Mahama came in, he saved the health sector, housing sector, John Mahama came in, he saved the housing sector. We need leader, and yet, when economic messiah, when economics in United to me who to and for also. Oh, in economics, we are seeing now from Alaji. Nasa won't to me for Buta who 2 years, not the Bibita or Tua, if I saw better economics. You need to understand. Ye booma the nyansa na ebu enye accolades enye titles enye certificates ye the nyansa na booma oba na owo fosuna sebio MP kwasi campaign na 27 years sebio ende ne baba anyima na anajo 12 awoka na ope baby de bana kona yesi chip compound no sa oba na John Mahama edwene ne ho sa oba na NDC as a social democratic party no edwene ho enitia JJ Rollins by no say obi ahia kanea se ne be ya mason welder hairdresser bia be ya enter JJ started rural electrification expansion where your social democratic party ni party de hia omo ne hia omo san kwasiafo they want things for themselves into ko MPP mu na emu achiche adentira kwasiafo bi disika na kwasiafo bi di moko, and that is not how we can build a third world country. In we can kwasase mo wiase nyina ende Mugabe asarechida akono wen wo se polado mo chigina TV so wo a wote asenkregwe kurase onimo ukromo onim ho ni gay sem o ye ne nkran yo onom ne jolt ne drugs no obowia ono at the end of the day kufuado ma polado mo chiri ejuma wo airport na ogigi sika yetua ne kachem bosumi bi oji over $10,000 into ogina TV so o kachere so to make kufuado because kufuado for the juma because onim say wo otile go na so no wajimi. Because at this point, you know, you could for the man a full-time job, and you could for the Konya Juma da. Paul Adamochi, Ejuma. But what we TV so I can say NDC for change your leadership. Now NDC change your leadership of parliament. Does it affect the GDP of Ghana? So NDC change Haruna, change Muntaka, change your leadership our parliament. Does it affect say a GDP no a dollar number form? It will not. Enti omo change mu adwene oman hene communal Asante kwasi campaign no to we nyina sie hia no kusibu atemu kromfo onyo yenkohwe NDC reshuffling. If the NDC decides to reshuffle all their MPs and the efa Ghana GDP ho ben enya saa ne de to aba enya no ne hwe ho de to aba say eba abato ene eye governance obi obedi wanim amamu obeje woto no e wo say wo hye de obetuma yama de oyama wo politics of benefit no saa ne ka no miss free me krom ha na nsuo ni ha te se mampon ena eye part we ama nsuo anom in the part we ka chem so obesi regional hospital ha die na ntina wo say me doubt no eno na ma wo ye nipa onya otwe. Indeed, these are the things as Ghanaians, you know, you started doing. And yes, sir, media minianie, yadi Ashantehene, Sebio, ye jay na ikura guti mumam samon noma. Ashantehene do the bandum adenta, where they say any anka say dia dabi. Say the team on here kasa no where they chokomilo a busa se chokomilo no ye de na wudi gum ni di gubedu chokomilo menje nom adentra ye Ashantehene ye yakamfo wo ye den ye yakamfo nti beto am MPP eno na ye de te ha no. That is why we are here today. You people should be able to separate governance from chieftaincy. Muntumi separate Ashantehene Ashanteman. Ye to be separating your mamienu we ya impuntu ababa Ghana ne abrabom na ebe chen bebia. But ye to be separate. Unma kontra ye jimi na tare ebi makuma ho. We have been enshrined in our foolishness and stupidity. We think that electing a president is like electing a family head. So sometimes you are shocked when you hear an elite, an educated person sitting on TV and saying, hey, yeah, they are Santifo, where they are when people, you ask yourself, school no koena, they are kicking kind, they are nyansan on your free because they cannot separate book knowledge from common sense. Inti there be politicians no analyze account for titiwa santifo no sebio basi omo tase nyansa na ya dia momo and it not me hu napo can come to the Ashanti region and say, if even you put a gold on this for us as an MPP flag bearer, we will vote for Sanipan because napo hu santifo do so me moi. They cannot think for themselves. Omunim the difference between ye hine and a ye president. It is a the vote pattern now was anti-memuna. It is you can predict it. Obetima predict it because obisa be dia yo me asantifio me bantamani akwara intersenso bo achekwase page no a corset no o jimi no hokura na onya ahwia ya asantifo if you bantama nti obekọ no na bantama ise ball aso na yatim na wo ye de hye na wofia yefia ye hu se wo ye bodamni this year what if mu no wo ye bodamni, and that is how I see it. Inti moment starting tenase ni yembuse ho say yesi ahene yesi a president na yene asanteman akamfo no yembusa ho central region for asantefo eye wan yene ka me say especially asantefo mum yenya 5 billion yen tenase ni yembusa ho say edi enti yesi o24 say tutu hene edi enti ne to ma eye MPP difference ne kase pa o24 nji loan o24 se obetumi aye nsu amawa sebio ebia na nisike bi eda ho ana se NGO bi na abehu no ena aka se o me nana no mu hia nsuo mu nyema omo o24 tumi nko Central Bank of Ghana nko gisika se medikosi market aba santeman oni sa tumi no ni tumi ni nduru ho o24 tumi nko represent Ghana enka se ye beji loan wo Israel eyemi o24 mo fa bi din hye ho on tumi nya because the tumi ni nduru ho Otumfo to me sorry and patututu and tell the Ashanti kingdom pay tax to me, VAT to me. He cannot because only to me no. And these are things you need to stress on. Or your henekese and so baby wo hard to me in ruho. Ekufoaddo betuma sorry aka say asanteman nyina etoa ye gemon ye betum ena nanse atum no. Eye Ekufoaddo wo sa to me no. Ekufoaddo betumi akọ abontina akọ besia billions se me de beye eye nyoma ma asantefo Ekufoaddo betumi akọ abrochira akọ besia $100 billion or the asantefo din na beto so se ye gi sa besia we akọ ye den akọ ye bibi wa asantememu ni tumi no e ma no ho kwan ma ne yesa enti awsam hu difference no. So ye hu difference na enne be me ato nkwase aba beduru ha ene ti na ende no oba asante na so oba MPP mu a omo se asantefo de wo de aboa kura tso a obeto ama aboa de fi so omo program asantefo adwene mo adwene omo se ahenie ene eye amambuo no eye pe. It is not. Governance is different from eye chieftaincy. Enti mamont na ho manipa bi for politics embu mu nimtia. It should not happen like that. Mama ni pebi emfa honka said, "Would ye sebio ya woman ya ka say obeto ama me no wajimi to beto ama me." If you give a politician that room and then the money to be jimi no ho last hour no ba catch say, "Hwe nkonfo no omunya de share te say wo enti tuma me enti politician who de bia say wajimi." And when it comes to Ghana's politics, now we are analysis now. Majority of a MPP for no delegates, MPs, ministers, no omuwa santifo so Jimmy. And me MPP ni minimum make catch all. Me nyinu santimemu. And some of the catcher santifo santimemu no oba Greater Accra on Kanasa because we say how a cosmopolitan. Sebio dodora adwumu da ho. Me nkasa santima adwumu na ho. But in some of the friend no asantimemu no oba eyenkramemu a obehwe ne kasemu yie efri say onim say ha say no they are not going to vote because yomuhu ni say ayahenie oba Accra they don't vote to say yomu yihine. They vote for they vote for a leader, government to lead them. In this Ghana development now, the reason why asanteman enyampuntu na because asanteman to abate said yomu yihine. In today be omoto nkwasiaba Dodoona. Yeah. Asanteman dodoona to nkwasiaba. Nkwasiaba ni nyina ne se oto ba te se de oyi hene ba onto aba se oyi omampanyini manad ne hi asem a sebio na oni senior high school almost 21 yesi no eye asantememu no ohun ne se eye ade bi abeboa no akani ehun se yabesi nsuo omampon me hene na odi benim na ohye chichi se de oye worlda e wo Sudan no onum nsuo ne bi man de owuye odi asatwi mato saa nyoma ne beboa me ontiase na adwene ne se me satoma aban na oma me nsuo dum ya ende ohene na me pese me sinmentumensi inti ye nim the difference between governance and chieftaincy inti de bia na ye mixe ene na ma asantefo bre ede obitumi biara no ka se otumfo akɔgye loan otumfo ntumi ngye loan obetuma gye loan in his capacity as Ashantehene asantefo na mo na metua otumfo ni capacity to take loan on behalf of Ghana never enti ochina echi ya February yebetu petrum na ode tena ho ne di matam nyansa na make no I'm trying to educate you, inform you. Me ma self-aware. Sibia nipe bi ebu kwasi. I didn't know the metam ka say there's nothing like politicians are the same. Man can be that. Dormaahene is better than every candidate in the MPP today. Oya Asantehene na se saadi one person begia tuma. Sebio MPP for whom so we Jimmy. Adi wo fia ne ye nyi yensu no emfa asawa mkohyem. Saa Jimmy kasa ne saa inti de bia ye nyi enso no ne emfa asawa mbehjem de bia ye nyi enso no ne emfa asawa mbehjem ye matani medi enim enu nti na ndoba Ghana omo ho afin pa wo mu kurom ya Asanteman because se enkenye edam ene Jimmy a eye den na Asantehene abrante atumi tena radio so ana TV so kase our problem with kejetia
ubeka ka hyase no adwadifo no yi omo nuoma kakra bi mpogu ho a ese dabi fangu ha ayemfa nuoma ngu ho but see at one movie. Sa little spaces no more high.
Captain America say, "Re, the trim. In the first place, no, the design, no. Re, there are two extremes.
Yeah.
Either you force the people to change to meet what you want, and I say you give them as per who they are.
Yeah.
And until I didn't know more Bible, no. Seka, you didn't carry some critical analysis of who the people are. Captain, you did yiba animu and any manimu.
Yiba animu.
Club says, and Seka, Coba, no more funny in a manimu, no more poor massa atrequa. And until nay, if you see a basis stores, we don't have for Sunni panel, I'm on my change yana. Captain, what I say?
I do.
And kebit me designing stores, no, as per who the people are. Naka store ni design na mu akreti ayi wo obi a shop animu anaka captain kanu so enyi
it's possible
sa table like shelves na ye twen ye manufacture store ni ba animu no ankomu design shops no ankomu betimi a capture afra ama ko obi a store animu no obi o gate wa no ma sa the ice table ni bi si animu dada enunti omu ye wie no no mfi say aha no be se be amono ni ba bia okwa enema ni nyina agudan ni mu nko a ebi mpie ma abon ti ba captain what do we say ye be twede ma na ba asa atwe akọ that is what we do
that's the dog.
Sorry, I think I'm having some technical problems. Sorry, I sound back. is sound back? Mr. S, give me sound. If sound is back, tell me. Mr. P, Mr. Ed, guys, give me sound. If sound is back, let me know. Is sound back? All right, we good. Sorry, I think I didn't turn this off. On. Dear, me person me catch on say, enya politics and ankama nipa bi agimi a eye den na ultimate sa asem we free nipa no so a doc. Nip na asem nyina na say, KJT na enya the party na see ye. Eye tani na be see ye. Eye Ghana sika na di see ye, but enya MPP nti KJT na esi wo no. Sebi onanka oso mo ye ne say, KJT no etibia na omutim no yanhwe omotibia ho ne yemfansi KJT no. KJT is an ultra modern facility. Enti kwasi ampenyi we no ena meka je say yeni Ashantefo akamfo de bi MPP no yenim the difference between governance and chieftaincy. Enti ama politicians no more MPP mo si ejimi na ye den na be matenten gram wa beti say shu abeti na say KJT no yanye ni ye. People at KJT, Ashantefo mo ye adwuma KJT, they are not ready to make sure they maintain the facility. It is not about yedi nyoma ba ontia say yedi nyoma ba o sanka nyoma na yedi frisrema eguma na nkede be wura shop nenim na ye egum na say tukọ ona na asase Ashantehene kwa asase say no wo enti ontia se ohun se KJT akrampo no it wasn't done well. The KMA Ewokumason, they are failing to maintain KJT. And yet Dormaahene ni NDC and Ashantefo market say that. In fact, let me tell you, the sub-Saharan Africa market bienwa a brain KJT in terms of technology and knowledge that was put into building that edifice. By politics say Jimmy Yenti. Ya sante samni bi Jimmy Yenti. Ya dream say eye amambo no eye ahin yenti yenti asie. Eti saa kwa we ya man time eno de Jimmy abetena TV so say KJT no nya project bia na nka osanka omutu make sure say trucks de aduane ba etumi ne nemu na be pack omu KJ na nka osi yenhwe omusu ene omuban ene sibia no omuba omubra na yemfansi KJT no enti time na omudwu nso kora bem na omu nananom ne omu maamenum aba ma han mu tete apatase no anka Mahama no omu be si KJT architect ne fa koraban tare obi ade ho architect in creative kwanya ka bia ba yi nyome go bia dan wo KJT on TSC say people have to offload their stuff and find ways to bring it to the issue here is there are more efficient ways to transport your things when they have been delivered outside to bring into your shop. And it is also another source of employment. And you need to ask Antimemo Kasek, Kaya for man, no more moi, in tough for young Quasia. You buy any man this was more. Oh, what you are saying? So you see somebody, because of politics, people become foolish. People become crazy. Mene wa Ghana for plus ahemfo any impenifo Morgana do no ye hu edifice KJT da ewe abrabom. Go to some part of Africa or develop a you will see say the Dormaahene KJT market no it can never be underestimated. Now, I mentioned my DB. I don't even want to go far. When I try going far, a bit complicated. Now, this is all right. You're going to mention my DB. It's not right. Mention my DB. I don't even want to dwell on this for now. Now, the next story is this. Now, Ghana seek some. Makachre Ghana for the past 6 years. Oforiata, MPP, DrBawumia, Sebio, and Kwasiafo, Maka, president, or MPP Muno. May say they have run you down. Now, Ebia Brofu, and what TV news on a Sundo, Nipadu, Ghana, one Tiasia, Tie. You say Ghana's debt stock hits 575 billion. Debt to GDP ratio now 93.5. What you say? What is swame? Also, another newspaper share with Tonan and Namedi old boggers. Unniminyansa. Trase. Brown once and I'm in 2 4. Sa bro for me kind. I mean, church them not tia see ne baby Ghana you do. Yen sono emphasa one shim. Yen sono fasa one shim sa ankwasi ade ne de tia. O me Ghana kedu. Almost say Ghana kai dawo sisi ane 575 billion. and Kwasi Ampenyi we am friend president. And the Jimmy Fowe am Ghana almost certificate in your thick. And that this I wanna be intelligent people. And that the so-called we have the men, and that the so-called ignorant BRÈÅKING sebio achimfo na Ashantehene using setani aboa baji to me. Eka omadwiri egu ono no. Saa ban we mu anipa se oh mama ye to me ye de enim nyansa che ekufuado. Alanchamanche say oh 6 years ne de na menim say yenyina na ejimi ba se de menim nyansa che ekufuado. BRÈÅKING say oh me na me the head of economic management team na me BEDRU 575 billion. Montuma me de say me wo se menim nyansa che ekufu inte say the MPP no bia enim nyansa che ekufuado. Into Osamutia says in the first place no bas no mutim ye ejimi for because ye nya nipa nyansani ba akoma na nka say dabi bas no in 2021 mami sin film because Jimmy ni etwi. From 2017, Jimmy ni etwi yesa ma mutim ehu say akoye otwi ba so Jimmy. Mudu anu ato yogurt. No dey bottle toilet no dey am no modi. Mokwa no wagina no nkwa akodwo nso na Jimmy for bugu echire. Baby also arrested as a driver, no unrested, no down dress or down driving, na or dozy off, na or skipping off the road. Na enkwasi afo bunyina mutim. Mukodru krom say driver dey obo, your driver way, dey nyame dey ben driver way pa dey okwa sorry o driver way dey be matinting enkwasi afo na munyam guba asenim. Obi entime hunyansa in 2020 and 2019, 2018 to say no, driver way Jimmy for and driver ne de bus na kwhye KVIP mu no munyina mo pie free bus say ye die nim nyansa che driver yi enti momma ye no montwi car no driver ne di nka say munyina eku obi awie. Now Ghana's debt stock hit 575 billion. You see Ghana a car ye de no edru 575 billion. Now debt to GDP and the Ghana say you see kaya 100 Ghana mo say bi omunte brofo na ananwum mu ma menkyerem simple. And so you Ghana sika oh na so we 100 Ghana ne yanka se Ghana sika nyina ne 100 Ghana and the kufuado na me cheche mu no we nya Dormaahene wo enti be bia yedu no mumma yem blame MPP yem bo MPP din kasa mumma yanka se MPP asai man no kwasi ampanyi bia ne obetu efre MPP abedi ni meyi efri sa enkwasum we mu. That is the language sa na wo say ye kasa. Mahama 6 years ni obi etu adeka Mahama ene ne NDC 6 years ni waje etu obi efri obi aho eye MPP we nkwasi afo mu di enim omo na 6 years omo di enim aka che se bibia ye okay. Now send we are Ghana ni na wo hwe me na so we 100 Ghana this is what is going to happen. Emu 93 Ghana ya fa 5 no tonchen 93 Ghana ye ka afere what we hu picture ni ye enti Ghana ye dwetre 100 Ghana ye sika da ho nyina no ya fa say 100 Ghana and then the other nyama yedi bi didwa yedi bi fa nyoma ye ne abro amanfo bi edi nsa woso a ye busy ye dwete de da ho ye fa say 100 Ghana and the kufuado beji my way under 6 years old 6 years and there's a otam Ghana 100 Ghana say ye nyina ye dwetre ni a Ghana ka ewom no eye 93 Ghana de aka na ye sika da ho. What to watch me? Okay, say MPP are better managers of the economy. Kwasia, where Jimmy? School no corner saying me a test pick, me a test con. I'm in Legon. I'm in Central University. How do you measure this? How do you call yourself an intellectual? How do you even consider that I still want to give power to this same government, these same people, these same idiots to run the country to 1 billion? What do you mean? School no corner saying. How do you school now corner? I feel shy when I hear people sit on TV and say yes, NPP are better managers. How do you even quantify this? How do you even make such a statement? I didn't say what me free one no ba. Enye Jimmy we Jimmy. Do the maths. MPP Ghana, the whole Ghana ye be MPP basis na e kasa na da ho. Why are we allowing ourselves to be fooled by these fools? Why are we allowing ourselves for this to happen to us? Politics enya hinio. The biame catch them in for politics is not chieftaincy. Politics is straightforward governance. Now, time no day for Agege boys. BRèÅKING BRèÅKIng said, and I quote BRèÅKIng, he says, Africa needs between $130 billion and $170 billion annually to bridge its infrastructure gap or whatever. Now, I quote, Africa needs between $130 billion and $170 billion annually to bridge its infrastructure gap and generate sustainable growth at 5% per annum or more. Now, this presents immense opportunities for the private sector investment. He noted, end of quote. BRèÅKIng said, "Some study BRèÅKIng very well. More money politics, mbechon BRèÅKIng tactics are all uses here. BRèÅKIng team na catcher and say, there's too much on him. Statements, utterances from him are na a yentro. So the strategy is don't talk too much. Don't be too emphatic. Speak vaguely. Do not promise. Because BRèÅKIng's weakness, our personal president said, there's too much shit on him. He said too much. He lied too much. Into the team na catch and said, Ghana's economy, even though you are the boss of the economic management team, no, don't speak on it. So I realize here, BRèÅKIng has refused to speak on the very thing that made us vote for him to become vice president. BRèÅKIng Jumanyina is simple. 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. Ghana for Tuma a year MPP a byway, all because BRèÅKIng catch Ghana for say. Monya a year Okpo president. Me are very intelligent when it comes to management of our economy, finances. Adwenia bedam bitirimuno. Samuma ekufuadia president betani chia. Mo ho nchire mo da. IMF mu ko bi da. Minimnyansa chen Dormaahene. Minimnyansa chen the whole NDC. Inti Ghana for se Ghana no monje. Kwasiato ende yakadahe. Nipa na yedi Ghana ema no because ye dwin se onim sika into toye or you economically wise or to me take decisions bia ema Ghana enko IMF ema Ghana sika some and say and the Nipa say he's refusing to speak. So why are you keeping these people in government? Because of the BB BRèÅKIng say you don't need an economist to be the vice president of Ghana to succeed as a nation. We don't. John Mahama, so in the other way, has proven, say, you don't need a president who is supposed to be an economist to know that when you come to the Ashanti region, their breath, and I said their bile is what? Trade. I need to build one of the best edifice so that it helps boost that economy. John Mahama did not go on your economist. John Mahama applied common sense. John Mahama looked at Ghana's weakness and Ghana's things you can do to benefit it, to submerge that weakness. BRèÅKIng Ghana for betia say nobody should come stand in front of us and say me economist into Tomame. We don't need that again. BRèÅKIng has taken us to the point who say you need people who are visionaries, people who can think, people who are not robots and zombies. We don't need liars. We only need people who can say this is Ghana. 30 and over million people in here. What do they need? They need water. I'm going to Mampong to build water for them. That is what we need. BRèÅKIng amaye who say ye here obi a Bank of Ghana to run Ghana. Because the economic management team, BRèÅKIng who say it is not important and not to me the basis to pick somebody to lead this nation. No. It should not be our basis. It does not matter third force, fourth force, fifth force. You need somebody who has common sense. Common sense. Say, you know what? I've seen something here. I think my people, they really need some change here because this specific place, and fishing. What again can I create for almost 1 hour? So basically, you hear Obia or your leader, Oniminyansa, to sit back and say, I don't need to have a PhD in economics. We don't need the economic management team. This was built by John Mahama. This is Kotokraba Market. Majority of the people around the Cape Coast area, it's fishing. We saw how Kotokraba was and how it is now. We need somebody who has common sense, who can sit back and say, I have 16 regions. What can I do to affect every region? We need somebody who will sit and say, it's not about spitting grammar. It's not about borrowing an accent. It's not about people making people think, say, when you know economics, you can govern. No. John Mahama who say, when somebody comes today with a long CV and telling you, say, oh, you're economist, they can lead Ghana. John Mahama who says, Jimmy, they cannot think practically to invest in the lives of the people. John Mahama who say, BRÈÅKING, Alan Cash, they don't have the basic vision to lead. Because if John Mahama can sit all the way in Accra, Ofri Bamboy, and say, you know what? I have looked at Elmina. I know they are human beings there. I know mostly they are fishmongers. Mostly are fishermen. What can I do to change their lives? This is what John Mahama does. And he does it efficiently.
To attend the commissioning of the Commander Sugar Factory. On this occasion, I wish that my comrade and mentor, Professor John Evans Atamils, was here with us because the dream started with him. The revival of the Commander Sugar Plant was one of the major planks of our Better Ghana agenda. The inauguration of the Commander Sugar Factory will provide jobs. It is estimated that in full production, this project will provide direct and indirect jobs to an estimated 7,300 people. The current plant we see here is a 1,250 ton per day mill. It means it's 250 tons bigger than the original plant that was here. So the capacity of this factory is 25% bigger than the original plant that we had here. The resultant effect of the close down of these sugar mills was that our country became totally dependent on imported sugar for domestic and industrial consumption. And so as I speak, every single cube of sugar, every single grain of sugar that we eat here in Ghana is imported from outside. Commander is going to change that. It is my honor and my pleasure to declare the Commander Sugar Factory duly inaugurated.
As simple as that. John Mahama has shown what Ghana for. You don't need titles to think. You just have to be human. You have to apply common sense. Look, sit back, analyze. You need life, how you can affect their life. And that is what a leader does. It's not a leader coming with a piece of paper saying, I went to read some book so I can rule you. It doesn't work like that. A leader is somebody who can think for his people and make sure every single decision he takes benefits them currently and also in the future. That is why you need to be a visionary. That is why you need to take a decision that it might hurt today, but tomorrow your people benefit. That's why today, free SHS, which is the only half-standing policy of this government, was started by John Mahama. They need to give credit. John Mahama sat in Ghana and just sat there and said, what is happening in Accra? This is the capital. How many hours do you take? A minute to do saying how many hours? And a farmer free circle. How many minutes? And it take you from circle to go to Medina. You need the free flow of air and traffic to be able to do business efficiently. Kwame Nkrumah circle besiwo. Governments have come, governments have gone. But somebody who thinks President Ogyene Oniminyansa enye grammar enye certificate. It is about thinking, analyzing your people, asking yourself, what do they need? sitting back and say, when I do this, is their commit going to be short? Omo obiti eye pokuase na oye adwuma wo Accra Central another circular or the 4 hours na be adwuma se me twa time we suma na obetuma be adwuma ntem ni sika be koso any for economics. So the president sit and say, let me make the flow of traffic easy so that people can have more time at work, sell more goods, make good money, and go back home in short period to take care of their family. Sano bua manipano indirectly, oma bra bomu sesa. Because if I'm going to spend 4 hours in traffic, I'll say, sorry, I'll match 5. Every Pokwase, and I say every Medina. Now it taking me 2 hours to get to Circle. My shit, my time, Brony does not consider that as prudent or efficient way of living. If the president beat now, or say, I need to build Accra Road. I need to make sure people get access to a baby easily for them to start business early so that they can make enough money. Because I need para first, okoton a year. Jot okoton Pepsodent okoton eduane was Cycle no na o make 500 Ghana on to me make 500 Ghana because about 3 at the yam no ope the car kofie because okodi traffic move 4 hours inti nko so nya 500 o nya no nya 300 de bia na ho kire ho now say nipa nim say metumi 40 minutes akodu pokuase a obetre adwuma bu ho 2 more hours and make maybe 1,000 Ghana. Economics then this is the basics. We don't need any EMT economic management team alankodo kire manten eyo free akoto wini enkwasiasem. These things, that is what a leader does. So John Mahama sat down and said, they will need Pokwase, they will need Circle. And this is what he did when it comes to Pokwase. This is what we're talking about. It's me mo bia me dadao. Say I have been in politics. Me dem mo PhD. Me na me kakofo ho. Ye de ne kofo na start ye. Ye de ne our politics that. It is not how long you have been in politics. It's about how well you can think. Some candidates are better for NPP, but they are not better for Ghana. Obi anfantu ni trim. Some candidates you are seeing, BRÈÅKING, Alankash, they look good to the MPP because the MPP always want dumb people to lead them. But they are not good for Ghana. The reason why they are not good for Ghana is more time. Remember, all these things I'm showing is under 3 years. 2012 to 2015 end. And somebody did this. John Mahama was able to do this, and yes, because John Mahama Yesu or no see a president, be Ekufuaddo president on less time than Ekufuaddo, any MPP, any BRÈÅKING, any Alankash, any Omo Makenyina. John Mahama spent less time than these people in government. There's 2.5 years more to go. I don't know when you jump it boat. Because someone say driver na Jimmy. That better move driver na Jimmy. So Ghana for don't let people sit. No, me can't just say, oh, wait there. Anytime me catch a come for Santa for say, Amemwo enya hinie 2 things montiasie. Ye de akamfo asantefo ye nyi enso no nkofo sa wanhyem Jimmy utua tax bo tumfo and o hia nsua no tumfo no babusa no and president bi ba asantefo ka kire kwabrefo se nkwasiafo monto mame nti antidien enyamoya muyamu nhyehye se MPP fo we bu musa moya moa moya ndwan ena mugu asantemam nipa na mre bi na no so nsuo na oye mesremo munyi bi ma no ende wabetena konwom asense na ono na koto konwa ede sebio bibi bodo to no wabetena se mo kwabrefo nkwasiafo ye nya mo kwan ti amobe ye den en Ashantehene panyini bi antumi nkasa ye mema dane enkwara gugudam emmema dane ma adentira ye de ye ntumi nyi ye nso no ne emfa asa wanhyem nti ye jimi kura na yetim. It's not supposed to be like that. You need a leader. You need a visionary. You need somebody Odwene eye echiri ma ho. Obi obetuma ko si school baby a wadwene ponya so the next 5 years e ho bebie. Into who obi to say Mr. Adae no friend of Professor Adae na we Jimmy. Because when Mahama was building e-blocks, no say Mahama is sitting wurem and wo wurem mu Ghana. And the e-block ben the sin wurem and the e-block ben the yesi ani panti baby yesi no. Penyisa na adwene na woni tim nyansa onibi. Mamo ma yemfa age embumayo. Yemfa common sense, understanding, and people who think. Yenti Kroma, Kotoka International Airport. How many years they see war? It took one leader to come and say, this airport was started by somebody I really revere. So as we sit here, Obian to me fan and Sanka Kotoka Manembe world class. It takes a visionary to do that. Adentina yentumi nyina abaya bako obian pontumi makotoka en creating edwuma man ho no ntua no hoka Dormaahene tena say kotoka no meye but mama kotoka na nkase tua no hoka memfa burden meto Ghana so eno ye different eno na check the difference between somebody who thinks and a fool who reads books. Mu say obi atro how to become a millionaire onye sikampom publishing mu bi da. Mu say obi abegina ka ho ka dem say matro book how to become a millionaire. The other beto kokwanum kronibi. It is not the books you read. It is not the economics you have gone to read. Some white man has given you some stupid books to read. It is about you applying common sense first. Thinking about your people and how you can help them immediately and in the future. Into Dormaahene Tanaka say Kotoka should be able to pay for himself. These are the kind of leaders I support. I want to be president because Odwene. And no book, no obia can book. Everybody can read, but who can think? So this is what Dormaahene did when it came to Kotoka International Airport. This is what we're talking about. We ni eka ho asem. Alankojo Chamanti jina Ashantehene mu jina swame. Eka kire swame for say omo ba be yes swame 6 years ni. Alan Chamanti ne djuma na oso ya so dua hwede na Commander Sugar Factory ye djuma. Alan Chamanti ne djuma nya din simple job. Wo de BRÈÅKING jimi no ho ya te ase BRÈÅKING ne kwasankwase wo de esi dua hwede keke. Jai bibia na make sure so when investor wa ma Ghana for edua hwede ma Sugar Factory ye djuma. Alan Chamanti ntuma nya 6 years ni and on our Ashantehene mu kuta 500 convoy. O se Ashantefo mo jimi ntimo ntuma me ye ntumi nyi ye nsono ne ye mfa nsa ma nhyem nti ye ti jimi mu. And sa ni atene mu ma meka be nkyere Ashantehene. Me, I don't care whether you like me or not. I don't care whether you like NDC or not. I don't care whether you like Mahama or Ashantehene. But at least Mahama chere me adeba ko Ashantehene ma wa ya. Say Mahama ka chere me say oba power 2 years obetumi si swame a obetumi esi. Who can deny that? Who can contest that statement? I can put my life on the line. Say Mahama oba power 2 years obe left swame. Why in the betuma challenges that statement in Ghana? Alankojo Chamanti ghanaeducation any BRÈÅKING any Kennedy nkwasiafo amaka be ka kire mo se swame omo ba be no eye industrial hub automobile hub the whole West Africa obia beba swame ebesia block back mpoyantu ye. Mahama the president from 2012 as president commander in chief to 2016 less than 5 years. Mahama the media change na oyesanyama we nyina less than 4 years. So Mahama Kacho said, give me power and I can build Swami in 2 years. The whole of West Africa will come there. Car party be about Swami. Actually, we Jimmy na unjindi. So, your analysis na fe otina ho. Pass on hoshe. Ya sentinia ka say, "Ma me son hwe. Ma me tuma Mahama na me hwe se be sia, obe shock o because why be da." MPP ni be betuma be jina Swami na ka say be si Swami. So wo gidi na we Jimmy. And then I make catch them someone separate a governance from a chieftaincy. Ahinie enyamambu yemfa mbuman. Ahinie ye kiti ye ntua to ma ahinie ye tua eto ekode eye omambuom eye governance mu. Me say opa deme onem beti metro Mahama yan hwese Mahama betumi 2 years esisuame Mahama be the less than 3 years esisa anyoma wo nyina segleme housing. Last, you see, Kofi Quarantine TV, you say it's a bad project. Mr. Kofi Quarantine, one kasa, ebia ya south. Na wa who baby obeja online. We na ope third force, we best be Ghana force no. You don't see Segleme as a projector that needs to have that national attention, and the government needs to make sure say Segleme is put to use. Then you don't deserve to even stand for assemblyman in Ghana. Me say obi also ditchim. Oya Santini, Ochirinta for Koko Matiasie, or time Mahama can surprise you in 2 years, or be left to Swami. Swami, you are saying Mahama see a whole 1,500 houses. We see a whole Pokwasi, we see a whole Legon, UGMC, we see Rage. Mahama see all schools around Ghana. Mahama to a cheap compound. Mahama to me, Mahama be at NDC to me be a whole oil rig, NDC. They were making about 20,000 barrels a day. Time at NDC. So at a mills time to Mahama time, I would be a whole new oil rig. Now you're making about 20,000 barrels a day. Today we are making over 150,000 barrels a day. Oil sick and away. You see the gold, the kwakwaje oil. Into oil now you to know way. This is what Mahama and then the NDC did at a mills time. Watch this.
Thank you very much. As President of the Republic, I wish to congratulate all the partners who have worked together to make this possible. It's been a long journey, but a very fruitful one. I remember from the period of, after the discovery, the period of negotiations, the haggling over the POD, I had to intervene several times, and I had to, on some occasions, lock up all the partners and ask them to agree before they emerged, from the room. And I'm happy that eventually they concluded the POD at the time that we did, because it was very timely. If that had not been completed when it was done, before what we all know has happened, probably this project would not be a reality. And so it's one of the few developments still coming on stream because we got the timing right. I know there are other developments that are slightly on hold, because of the current world environment in respect of crude. And so I want to thank all the partners who worked on this project. And then also to note specifically that local content in these projects continue to increase. Compared to Jubilee, which was a very fast-track development, we didn't, have an eye for local content. But in this particular one, it's been quite deliberate, quite focused, and much of the work that went into this FPSO we're currently on was done locally in Ghana. I'm also happy to note that in respect of human resource, we've come a long way. There are many local faces, working both onshore and offshore to make this project feasible. And so today is a great day for all the partners. As I got out of the helicopter, I said it's one tiny step for the president, but one great leap for Ghana and for our partners. And so I wish to encourage you to continue to work hard. And I'm sure that Ghana's hydrocarbon prospects are very bright. I believe that the setbacks in the world oil market are temporary, and that we'll see a recovery sooner or later that will give a fair price, both to producers and an affordable price to those who use the products from our petroleum industry. So all partners, I want to congratulate you. And so thank you very much. God bless you. God bless the Professor John Evans at the Mills.
That is it there. It is a John Mahama band. Then Obekachero say, I can build Swami in 2 years of my 4 years. Why should I doubt him? Sometimes Busa will say, I did a John Mahama to me as I'm under 4 years. Yes. Uni vishna untumi nye. Unim nyansa untumi nye. And your PhD in the good PhD in here. And you'll be woman or can ye. And your politics are what's name watch when the Kufu check 20 years at the Salan Kasha, and your Nyansan, only Nyansan a day, and I want to mean, it's not about how long you have been in politics, how long you have been in MPP. It is about you having that basic rational common sense to understand what your people need. So we need Sadiana, we can change parties and change government years upon years. We will still not get results. We will not get results. It's about the thinking. And you'll be an adjenia the journey. Obia wo nyansa ye de kasa but enye obia na wo adwene ye de dwene. They are two different things. Inti man na hon kasa politicians are the same. If Ghana anke ruled by 12 years and John Mahama ruling Ghana 12 years at this pace under 4 years no more yeah uni be anke wo. It is not about where do you mikro ni. No, I want you to think, and the more swami say MPP be gina mo ni say ye ba be yes swami na obo unsema we jimi. But I can put my life on the line and my production and my credibility. Say John Mahama be promises Swami for say I can change Swami in 2 years. Jesus Christ, he can do it in less than 2 years. You know why? Because records no. Because the records are there. These were the things I'm not Ghana for. I expect to say Anka NDC be can want some. They thought they were doing so much. Ghana for Nimnyansa, Dabi, NDC. Ghana for CBA Tiano. Every day you have to be on us because you really fear the entem and John Mahama catch them. You have short memories. Monjene adia won che kakrebi na murefi and it's the MPP who any account for a tumam do say ye moi because ye ni adwene nkwa chire nche. The ebedi ni nenkwa ni edwene ho. And intina, John Mahama ka say, Mumenya butro na yen insunsanso ebeba nti yen dwene nkwa chire, mama ye remfi nyoman che. And ofu because that TV so John Mahama said Ghana was short memory. It is true. You have short memory. Ya dwene no, ya dwene ade wa ade che ne refi. Yen kai Asantehene kai. Yen ya kamfo yen kai obi boy na ye wu kura yen kai. Ye ungrateful majority of us. I swear to God. Seteni ne tuma yesa anyuma we nyina Asantehene. Na say still ya na wotia Asantehene adwen se amemwo eye ahini a na sebio ye ne dodo ne Jimmy. And it's a fact. It's me no. I will never doubt John Mahama send oba Asantehene ebe ka kire say you know what? I say I will build Swami. Why no MPP will be to my cousin John Mahama boa? Wana me pe nipa bako and these communicators should let them understand. Say John Mahama can obesi Swami in his second coming. God willing, John Mahama can take less than 2 years to build Swami, 10 Swami. Monko temahabo. John Mahama di juma no ho. You have seen a temahabo. John Mahama na ye. In some aka less than 4 years. So sit there. Swami so saying, Swami, what? Dear John Mahama, dear Swami to my John Mahama own to me build this Swami. Ask yourself, or say chairman sabos with him 27 years. Jantra for the audio monk. Swami, who do I say bolaso? It is not a hinio, a mine a politics of benefit. Dear many free a memonum and no here. Dear na mwa santi for many free a memonum. Mwa mokotuma MPP when you say, me kase, montuma John Mahama ne NDC. San your mana, sebio kwasia for went to me or bet to me aye. BRÈÅKING me abeti I say enye so beka just so oye economist na hunso nim nyansa obetuma kan wiase economic books nyina ofie kura wa hwa wontumi hwe ofie say we need common sense ye di bumaya enintina nde wa ha and akuffoaddo and Alan Cash Alan BRèÅKING and BRèÅKING and ayo free akoto and Jogate and Kennedy Jimmy for Jimmy for we nyina wo mo part no enguyo aban no nguyo aban no 2.5 years more to go kwasi afọ we nyina se akuffoaddo we Jimmy yankwa ne enim nyansa montoma ye e kire we Jimmy na woye MPP ni ne na obusa ho se nsesia no me koto ama obi abedi manim akoye den busa ho sa question no omoba MPP fo no ba Ghana fo amutie mi nkurase ya musa se nti yangi sika ne nsan kotoma mo na moba ye no galamse ekoso ese na moye mo na moye galamse yensan kotoma mo na Ghana eka mabo egu mo nsan bo bi nka ho yensan kotoma mo na election from na mo etuo mo nka nkyro mo se ye ma na mo bo mutuo na mo gisika na munni montuma NDC montuma John Mahama sebio John Mahama onye Yesu Kristo but kakra waye no. But the what me aye within a space of bare 3 years no express John Mahama o nyansa ye dibu mine. And you need to get it straight. Mema obimbe dadao. Don't let somebody sit somewhere and tell you say Joma and opa ochinama NPP communicators better TV so those on social media. Nekachom say tell me one thing Ubetumaka say omo person contest Mahama nyina omo wa Mahama ni modern. Tumi ma answer. Alan Chemantin oka say adentina Alan Chemantin obetumi lead Ghana change John Mahama so Alan Chemantin on ekofo na nam wait osi dey catch them at kodienti amenkotuma Alan Chemantin so be president so na say Alan Chemantin nim dada Alan Chemantin ekofo ba you know a minister Alan is a minister die na chese Alan ye papa change John Mahama Alan so on kasa Alan dia onekofo na namo die na ma chese John Mahama djuma ye na Alan betuma ye bia bros because Alan ye dey commander sugar factory man otumi podu ahwede ene dey say hia ade dey entumi twa enso ntungu ne enkofa asawa nhyem ne Jimmy na bete chere me ade kodienti BRèÅKING oye papa change John Mahama na say BRèÅKING dey only economic whiz kid na ende Ghana sikasam da sen ono na head EMT o say na ene Ghana sikasam wehin na ebe fa dollar na dollar ne was saying under BRèÅKING that is how you assess the level of intelligence of obia or person obedi so the obeka BRèÅKING say we need breaking the 8 only message only anything these people want to be president they can stand in the box with John Mahama they know they don't have it into their career intro aza intro kasetia John Mahama yeteni, and that is the message today. Yen twan tronto no so. Inti sa ubusa critical questions are omunya hu de meka oh na eyi efri yakoto or so the president no oh na say on John Mahama say dey na efri yakoto ayo politics ma ebetuma compare John Mahama, tell me. Oh, planting for food and jobs. And you free yakoto no so eduane ma nebu so anko fe eduane be anya board enko no de bae. Over 1.5 billion if yakoto ntumi nche bibia wodua board e. Kwase away na and odene be compare John Mahama level of thinking and leadership. Oh, Jogate. Jogate na Jogate de be matenti wo hu ni simu gire asa tratatai an Jogate no kakofo ho de o mekare no kakofo na kofo na nkasa na de do ba fie afi wo hu mo politics no mo ye no tell mo de na sankofo nyina members me bo Kennedy dim because we Jimmy Kennedy on GDP ase oh Canada Japan na Canada Japan de no nonsense so aha Canada Japan catch the Ghana for say yenkuntafo nko awonafo kwase ampanyi we medi Ghana so Canada Japan Jina TV so ka say journalist onyana de obibe ni bi onkunu ntontwiro betua boka say kwase we bedi Ghana so Canada Japan ka say yenko hye Mahama odo Canada Japan na wadwe gugum no kwase afo Christopher te Ghana say we de kasta na ye kana no wadin Canada Japan otwe we to meet na TV so di Mahama atem wa wo se preko ne ma wo ya MPP ni ahunani wo ya MPP ni tani say make two primaries ama Canada wo ya boa one Johnson difference nim. Because say enye that time John Mahama mo muti abemo munim nyansa ankasa nkwase ase wako kai say o declare war against wine entafo ene awonafo ro anka Ghana guye kwase we ende ne sinyina hye ne more say eku abegina say because wo hu say ejimi fo no dosu wo MPP mu Kennedy de yentuma no Kennedy Japan na yere koje contract wa ban mu di sika ne ebusa na o so ode the yere use sika na intide Kennedy Japan credibility be no wo ontumi kan tiase ya drilling na adwim Jimmy we has no credibility Canada Japan mun ko ni krom na mun ko hwe de waye no krom ansa na mato aba ma no delegate mu ya mwa MPP delegate mo Jimmy mun nyina dodo mo Jimmy se chema untumi iti MPP for no redeem semponche 27 years in parliament mun ko fosu he cannot point to a clinic obi be ye chip compound say make sure it works kwase ato we nam Ghana ni krom kwan kro ntumi nyeye uko hu nipa ofosu central asa boa Jimmy, the most foolish people in Ghana today, MPP delegates, they always choose the obvious Jimmy, every time. Now,
as the president had promised, he had criticized me of having high electricity and water tariffs. He said when he comes, he's going to reduce electricity and water tariffs. And when he came, he did. Residential consumers reduced by 17.7%, non-residential consumers by 30%. Now, what he forgot is that the state utilities in Ghana, are state-owned. And so if you reduce that tariff, those were commercial tariffs, if you reduce that tariff, you create a deficit. And that same deficit is a liability on the state. You have to find money to pay it. And so they did that. And the utilities all ran into debt. And eventually that debt of the utilities has come back to haunt this government. So recently they increased by 22% electricity. Then recently, just I think starting February, another 29% increase. So what was the use of that 17.7% decrease? By now would not have had to increase by this much. Then the worst one was during elections. They gave free water and free electricity. And so free water, free electricity. And I think it was Kwesi Pratt who said, hey, this free water, free electricity, it's not free. Someone must pay it. And I'll be surprised that if you are called to pay it, as soon as the elections were over, 1% COVID levy. He said, what is it for? He said, to pay the free water and the free electricity.
Right, so it's clear. The evidence say somewhat tiase nipa omudi musu sisi nipa omudi musu. The difference between John Mahama, NDC, and MPP. And we are always going to show you the facts. Yeti kroma no makachire say I in green book ni nyina Photoshop. Nyoma macho nyina a video. Nyoma macho nyina they are videos. And yes say ebia baby na I'm trying to find one video to show you. Nyama macho wa nyina videos. Intano busa ho say so what made you I'm trying to find a video to show you guys. The system is not allowing me to do it. You get it? Inti moment tiasie. It is not ahinie na yedio, and as a mine na yebu, a buying a governance. Wasam na yeka. So let's get serious. Untumintina Ghana now for be Bodamini this Kennedy, a whole political party. Oh, because Dentina Okotoma Kennedy. Kennedy does not understand GDP. And DrBawumia catch them no. First, no, a biamo so me neutrals. Yet the unfair politics catch a Ghana Nibia or politics. That is what makes you a Ghanaian. So one for one politics now kwasi do so and the one who see. So one for one politics one kasa. Oh yeah, we say we neutral. Neutral neutralize wine. Who neutralize our wine. Neutral ujina and the individual bondholders. Neutrals and the yes no. Neutral be your kasa. Yes. Into also say so one kasa now I will say media menya politics. When you don't do politics, fools will rule you till you die. Obe bread. It's my catch them say between the NDC and the MPP, no, the gap is wide. Nobody in Ghana, in the NDC and in the MPP, or what reason will be to lead Ghana today, especially where they have run this country to. I'm telling you, John Mahama has always been the savior of Ghana when it comes to rescuing us. When it came to infrastructure rescue, from Atamils to John Mahama took the baton from Atamils and he lifted the space or the pace. Atamils started a good job. Tema Harbor, who Atamils started or commanded the initiative. John Mahama took the baton from Atamils, may he so rest in peace, and he made sure, said the vision, he continued it, and he proved to his predecessor, may God rest, keep his soul, that he can do it. And that is what we need. Every time we are a country as Ghana, yeah, what deficiencies, there was some places, health sector, John Mahama came in, he saved the health sector, housing sector, John Mahama came in, he saved the housing sector. We need leader, and yeah, when economic messiah, when economics in United to me and for so better also. Oh, in economics, we are seeing now from Alaji. Now, so to me for Butan who 2 years, not the Bibita or Tua, if I saw better economics. You need to understand. Ye boomaya the nyansa nebu and your accolades and your titles and your certificates. Ye the nyansa nebu mine. Obana or what for sooner Sebio MP kwasi campaign at 27 years Sebio and the nebaba anyima na anajo 12 awokana or pe baby in the banana corner AC chip compound no sa obana na John Mahama ejene no Sa Obana na NDC as a social democratic party no ejene ho enitia JJ Rollins by no say obi ahia kanea se ne be ya mason welder hairdresser bia be ya inter JJ started rural electrification expansion where a social democratic party ni party de hia omo ne hia omo san kwasiafo they want things for themselves into ko MPP mu na emu achiche adentia kwasiafo bi disika na kwasiafo bi di moko, and that is not how we can build a third world country. In we can kwasase mo wiase nyina ende Mugabe asarechida akono wen wo se polado mo chigina TV so wo a wote asenkregwe kurase onimo ukromo onim ho ni gay sem o ye ne nkran yo onom ne jolt ne drugs no obowia ono at the end of the day kufuado ma polado mo chiri ejuma wo airports na ogigi sika yetua ne kachem bosumi bi oji over $10,000 into ogina TV so o kachere so tuma kufuado because kufuado for the juma because onim say wo wote lego na wo so no wajimi. Because no at this point, you know, you could for the man a full-time job, and you could for the Konya Juma da. Paul Adamochi, Ejuma. But what we TV so I can say NDC for change your leadership. Now NDC change your leadership of parliament. Does it affect the GDP of Ghana? So NDC change Haruna, change Muntaka, change your leadership our parliament. Does it affect say a GDP no a dollar number form? It will not. Enti omo change mu adwene oman hene communal Asante kwasi campaign no to we nyina sie hia no kusibu atemu kromfo onyo yenkohwe NDC reshuffling. If the NDC decides to reshuffle all their MPs and the Ghana GDP ho ben